Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Bara, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Great to have you guys with me on this marvelous Monday morning before Thanksgiving. Jen will not be joining us today or Wednesday because she's getting ready for Thanksgiving, taking the week off. So here we are. Good morning, Dr. Sarah. Let's see who's here before we get to anything else. Just waiting to see if he shows up. Well, here I am. When do I ever not show up? I'm not Phil. Hi, Dr. Sarah. Hi, Kevin. How's Barkley today? We will get to that. RV there yet? Nope. Joe, how you doing? Crystal Hawk, Angels, Ageless Sage Wisdom, Foxy Brown. How are you? Thanks for the contribution, by the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and get through the usual stuff here while we wait for everybody to come in from the YouTube side of the house and the piece of lint off me. The YouTube side of the house and the Rumble side of the house as everybody gets notifications. Don't forget, if you miss the show, you can always jump over to mikebara.blogspot.com where you can see all of the shows that we've done. This is this Monday Morning News at AMA is playing right there. You got last week's show, Tell the Truth Wednesday with Jen, and Toxically Masculine Tuesday. You can pick up links to all my books, including Lightbringer. I'm going to be putting that. It's my first novel. We're going to be putting that into the Telegram group, a link to that one. It's kind of an X-Files meets the Da Vinci Code sci-fi thriller. It's good stuff. And cases, UFO stuff I've done, UFO videos, the Calvine UFO mystery photo mystery solve video, interviews I've done. Something's wrong with my analysis of the USS Omaha video. Okay, fine, we'll fix that. Interviews with people from the UFO community like Marina Sarin, the lovely Marina Sarin from Spain. Articles I've written, historical response to criticisms, all kinds of cool stuff available over there on mikebara.blogspot.com. And that will jump you over to the Rumble page where you can check out and sign up for the channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We've got 7,400 followers, not nearly enough. Let's get over 10,000. Please publish the link to Rumble Telegram. I did. I put it there. And over here, you can not only watch the shows, you can subscribe to the channel or follow the channel. And if you can also do something that's really cool, hit the subscribe button for a mere $5 a month. You can support the channel and all the shows, including Toxically Masculine Tuesday, including Real News Live with Mike and Jen, and even the football show, all that stuff for a mere $5 a month. Or you can hit this green button right here, the Rumble Rant button, and contribute any amount you want. And it could come in handy. It always does. I'll talk about that in a minute. But hit a Rumble Rant or a subscriber. And the advantage of that is that when it comes time for question and answers, whether it's me or Jen or me and Jen, you go to the top of the slush pile to get your questions answered. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus over at the CBDgurus.com, where Matt and Lucas have all kinds of incredible CBD products for your health. Slide to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, all lowercase, no capital, no S on the end, just ALIEN. And you can hit the enter button. And when you do that, you get this week's specials for different levels. If you spend $50, $100, or $150, you'll receive Bolivar. You'll receive sometimes Dinar, sometimes Dong. They give you that along with your order, and you get the discount wholesale prices and all kinds of cool stuff like the broad spectrum gummies, the sleep gummies, the Delta 8 gummies, which are really more for getting stoned. I gotta ask Matt about the broad spectrum gummies. Have no THC, so they don't really relax you. They're just for boosting your immune system and stuff. But they got the mushrooms and lion's mane, the CBD Gurus. The X-Freeze roll-on is great stuff for pain. We've got these new fruit gummies, the Excite fruit gummies, caramel popcorn. with wow, okay, with a little THC in it. The Lotion 2000 skin lotion to keep your skin lush and beautiful and young and sexy, and all the oils, all the cool stuff over here at the CBDgurus.com. And Matt, I talked to Matt. I've texted with Matt a couple times since the whole thing with Barkley came up, and he's going to send me some stuff. So we're going to get Barkley on a lot more CBD than he's been on in the past. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the folks over at MikeBaraPets.com, where you can pick up all kinds of mushroom-based holistic supplements, vegan supplements for your, well, they're not vegan, some of it, for your doggies, your kitties, your horsies, your donkeys, your fur babies, everybody over there. I've got Barkley on the mush puppies and the mojos. Special sauce. We're going to now get him onto the mush ponies because he needs an extra booster with what's going on with him. There's also Chill Doggies, a great product for calming your dog down if he has separation anxiety. The special sauce for the cats. I've got the kitties on that. They seem to really love it. And the Enforce line of Coriolus versicolor and different mushrooms for human health. The Enforce Plus, Clarity, the Restore, the Shield. They've got gummies for kids. They got chocolates. They've got starter packs. They've got coffees. Send an email to Diana at MikeBaraPets@gmail.com with whatever your issue is or whatever your pet's issue is. She can get you on the right product or set of products that can get them on their way back to health. And we have some new body balms and skin lotions that are coming out from the mushroom folks that ought to be really, really cool stuff. Also, please, one last thing, do not forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the folks over at LifeWave. LifeWave are amazing products. They're just these little patches that you stick on your skin using the science of phototherapy. They reflect back the infrared energy of your body's own emissions, stimulating the growth of stem cells. And depending on which patch you use, it gives you a different frequency, creating a different type of stem cell and resolving a different type of problem. I need to use that on my plugged ears. I'm going to talk to Art Groves at LifeWave about that. But I started getting into these in March because I talked to Joe Evans, my friend, who just told me about the amazing results he's gotten from the LifeWave patches. I also have had amazing results, as you know, my blood work, my weight loss, using the SP6. I'm on the Eons now. And we're also going to go full court press with Barkley on these as well, and hope that we can get him through his difficult situation. So get on over there to LifeWave, and if you need any advice on which ones are the best ones for whatever particular condition you're trying to work with, by all means, send me an email or talk to me in the chat, or I'll put you in touch with Art, who really knows his stuff. Okay, let's get done with that and move on. Yeah, let's give a Barkley update. Barkley needs med beds, praying for him. Here's the thing about Barkley. He's 12 years old. The average lifespan for an Aussie Shepherd is 11 to 12 years. He's a mini, though, and the span for a mini can be 12 to 15 years, but he's in the latter stages of his life. He's been on Earth for a long time for an Aussie. He's had some back joint problems. We've been giving him CBD products for that, and been helping him with some other supplements, the Mike Bara Pets mushrooms and things like that. But he started taking a turn for the worse about 2 weeks ago, and he seemed to have less energy. He didn't really seem to be doing too well. And it became a concern. And then I began to notice he occasionally bumped into things. And he seemed pretty normal when we left. I probably tossed the gator with him 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. He could see the gator fine. When we got back from our trip to LA, it became obvious he was pretty much blind. He's now being diagnosed. They don't know exactly what with, but Marcia, I don't need this shit from you, okay? So I'm just going to put you in timeout for a while because I don't need you to rag on me about my dog. So I'm going to try him on Fenben. One of the people in the chat has said she's going to send me Fenben dewormer, which people have had luck with getting eyesight back, that kind of thing. So we're going to try all that. We're going to try everything on a full court press to try to get him back. What a bitch. God, seriously, Marcia. I mean, why would you fucking do that? You don't think I'm a little sensitive about this? You want to come in here and rag on me? Anyway, I'm also on steroids, so my temper is short. But I didn't ban you. You're just in timeout. So shut up for a while. So the situation with Barkley is that they do not know what's wrong with him. They suspect an autoimmune problem. I know my friend Ron Davidoff, lovely guy, great friend, has had dogs that have had autoimmune problems, and it caused blindness. That is a thing that's happened. What it is it's a situation where the white blood cells attack the blood platelets, and Barkley's platelets are very low, and his white count is normal though, but his blood platelets are very low. His liver enzymes are very high. I've had friends suggest to me that we get him on feed him some raw beef liver. That's possible, but the Mojos are a beef liver supplement. So thank you for that, Dr. Sarah. So we're going to get him on that. Meantime, he's been prescribed steroids and antibiotics. And however, the doctor basically said, if it doesn't get better the first week, these numbers, he's not going to make it. And so we're going to try everything we can. Med beds would be great. However, as we know, those are not here yet. And we keep getting promised that they will be, and they never show up. And I did talk to Jen, I think on Friday, and even she thinks the pet med beds are several years away. And Barkley to that. So we're going to go full court press. We're going to go with the medications. We're going to go with the mushroom supplements. We're going to go with the patches. I've got suggestions on a couple of patches, the Eon patch and the X39 on Barkley. I'm going to spend the extra money to do that. And raw beef liver works wonders. Coconut oil has the same components as mother's milk. I'm going to try to get him on some milk thistle. Thank you, Rainbow. And dogs can get along okay being blind. It's the liver enzymes and the blood platelets that are the problem, that could be fatal. Now, they don't see any signs of cancer, does not have an elevated white blood count, and an x-ray that was taken does not indicate any masses in his body, but he could still have cancer. It just could be deep inside of his tissues and just beginning to take effect. We don't know. What Dave and I have agreed on is that we are not going to let him suffer. He is a wonderful, sweet animal. And if I find he's in substantial pain, we're gonna finish it quickly. We're not gonna prolong it. I waited way too long on Aurora and kept her because I couldn't let her go, and kept her 6-7 months longer than I should have. So I'm not going to do that with this guy. I'm just not. I love him too much. So we'll see. We'll see. The next week will be a telltale. He does go back in. In 10 days because of the holiday. They couldn't get him in till next Tuesday or something tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted on the Telegram channel. But if he takes a serious turn for the worse, we're going to move quickly on it. So, it's just one of these things that happens. And it's one of these things that infuriates me because this should all not be a problem. We should have had an RV by now. We should have had med beds by now. Should have been over ages ago, years ago, at least months ago. So, people just don't care. People in charge don't care. So, all right, let's get to the news. One other thing. Yeah, I did put in the description my PayPal and my Cash App are in the description. and I will probably pop them up here. Believe me, money's tight right now. I know all of you guys, a lot of you guys are in worse shape than I am. Money's tight, and this has already cost us a lot of money, $3,000 to $5,000, and it's only going to get worse. And if you're willing to contribute to help with those costs, I appreciate it so much. I can't tell you. I've had contributions already. I'm not going to say last names because I don't know if it's okay with you, but Marcia, Frame, Paul, thank you, Paul, Christine, thank you, and especially John, thank you. If you guys want to contribute that, or you can Rumble Rant or Super Chat, because those also, Jen and I share those, but I get half of it. So, it's up to you guys, and I appreciate any help I can get. At this point, I'm not. I'm not starting a campaign, but believe me, I would certainly appreciate the financial help, because it's going to be expensive. It's already been expensive. It's going to get more expensive, but thank you for everybody who contributed. Okay, so let's get to the news update. I wish I had a lot more for you, but here's what I do have. It's evolved over the weekend. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, Saturday it's going to come out in the Gazette." Didn't come out in the Gazette. Then they were rock solid sure Sunday when the Forex came up. Didn't come up. Jen was on Sunday, which were viable windows, absolutely viable windows. On the article, the Newsweek article on Sudani, came out, I believe, on Friday on the online version, and the publication date is tomorrow, the 25th. That's Tuesday. Big Call Bruce called Tuesday. Tony was told Saturday, but felt, I think, better about Tuesday, if I recall correctly. One of my two bond guys, the bond holder, has been told his funds are released Tuesday. Another big bond guy who I know and love has been told Tuesday that it starts, the money, he's been told the money is already starting to move in Zurich to the bondholders today into tomorrow, Tuesday. Another bond person, another bond contact I have, was being told Tuesday up until about 4 in the afternoon yesterday. And then he was told it's been slid a couple of weeks and you're not going to like this last part, and the RV isn't now until next year. That's what he was told. I went back to one of my previous, I have 3 bond people now, one of my previous 3 bond people, and I told him that, and he said, that's BS. He said it's happening this week. All I can tell you is I've got conflicting information on that. Conflicting information. But if the thing about it is when the bonds go, when any of the bond people actually have spendable income, that means we're going. That means it's really finally pushing out. So it's a positive thing, even if we're not at the banks yet. There was another article today that talked about the next government of Iraq will change the exchange rate. Well, the next government of Iraq is going to take weeks or months to form. So I don't know what that does to our timing. The Sudani thing coming out of Newsweek, you would think that would be timed for some sort of exciting announcement. And there are people who are just absolutely locked in on this week being the week. So we have that. There was an article this weekend that I was given which said Iraq is prepared to delete the 4 zeros, not the 3 zeros, but the 4 zeros. Turned out that was regarding Iran, not Iraq. I am told that ISO 20200 or whatever it is did get implemented on Saturday, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people thought Saturday, but it is not trading. In other words, the system became active, but it's not actually being used. That is a holdup. And again, one of my other bond people said he thinks tonight. So where are we at? We don't know. We're in the middle of nothing. So, and my ears are plugged still for 3 weeks now. I got to figure out. I got to find out which patches will help this and get it calmed down. So I'll be walking around with patches on my face. So that's really all I have in terms of news. I don't have anything else that's solid. I have a lot of rumors. I don't have anything else that's solid. TNT Tony usually does his updates on Monday. Let's see what the deep staters are saying. See what the banksters are saying. That'll come out of TNT Tony. But I do have a little editorial. And a lot of things happen this weekend that are going to be covered mostly on the news show tomorrow, Toxic Masculine Tuesday. Doge has been dismantled. None of the savings were codified. None of the people committing criminal acts have been prosecuted. And now I just found out some federal judge has dismissed the case against James Comey, not because there's no case, but because the judge is just as corrupt and on James Comey's side. So the judge needs to be arrested. Not impeached, arrested. We continue to watch as the corrupt get away with everything. And President Trump does nothing. And he seems to think that making deals with the Indian government to import more Indian workers into the United States is what we want and what we voted for. And it's not. And my understanding is Donald Trump is the problem right now. Donald Trump is the reason we haven't gone. And, he's got a better reason. And, Comey's been executed at Gitmo. No, he hasn't. Oh, bullshit. Stop believing the bullshit. If you don't believe the bullshit, you won't be disappointed. But we're in a situation now where none of the things that we really need, none of the things that we really voted for are being executed. And I do use that word, pun intended. So I think we're in a situation where before the end of the year, we're going to find out whose side everybody is really on. And if Donald Trump is really on our side, this thing or some version of it will get done. If the Doge and tariff payments are actually part of NESARA, then we'll get them. We'll have them in our pockets. But where are they? Who couldn't use them? $2,000 is peanuts. If it was $2,000 a month for 2 years, that would help. Or if it was $5,000 a month for 14 months, that would help. What they're talking about is not going to help. A one-time payment of $2,000. It'll have to be approved by Congress, which is one of the most corrupt institutions on the face of the earth. And things do not appear to be going very well out there. The economy is not doing very well. Now you hear things like, jobs dropped, manufacturing jobs, 18,000 people got laid off. Yeah, you know who got laid off? All the illegal aliens, all the foreigners that were taking American jobs that have left the country or been deported. So don't let that bother you. But if I have to listen to somebody from the Trump team one more fucking time talk about the golden age, I'm going to puke. We're not in a golden age. We're in a shitstorm. We just had 6 members of Congress and the Senate call for rebellion against the president of the United States, and nothing has been done about it. Pete Hegseth says, Mark Kelly, who, by the way, is a traitor and a criminal, who stole his Senate seat twice, Dresses like Hitler, got away with it. Oh, we're going to investigate him under military law. That's fucking great. Why don't you fucking arrest him? He's a fucking traitor. He just committed treason on the air. Literally. And you guys do nothing about it. So I've pretty much reached the end of my rope. So the problem is, of course, is that we don't have any leverage. Or do we? Here's the leverage we do have. The leverage we have is our wallets, the money we can spend or not spend, the votes we can cast. But they don't care about that because that's not coming up for another year from now. It's the next major election. And they'll probably try to feed us some platitudes and all that shit. But once again, we're in the same position we've been in the last 3 years. Red October, it's coming. Nothing happens. They want you to have the best Black Friday ever. That's what Tony said the last 2 years. Never happens. They want this to be the best Christmas ever. Never happens. They want this to be the best New Year's you've ever had. Never happens. We're in the same cycle again, where everybody up top is, I'm going to say they're lying to us. They are pretending they're going to do something while they don't do anything. Now, am I inclined to believe the not until 2026 rumors? No. Why? Because I know pretty much where all the money is and everything's in place and there's nothing stopping it except somebody in a position of authority, probably Donald Trump, saying, okay, let it go. Go ahead. Let's have this thing roll out. Yet that continues to not happen. So here's the one thing we can do that I would suggest we do. If either the bonds have not been paid out, if I can't verify that somebody, one of the 3 people I know that's in the bond side of things, if I cannot verify that they have money, which means the whole thing is rolling, or we don't have a new value, a decent value, an exchangeable value out of Iraq or the GCR by Black Friday. Here's what I'm going to do, and here's what I'd like to suggest you do. Boycott. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't spend a dime. Don't go on Amazon. Don't go to the grocery store. Don't do anything. Sit at home, watch TV, cancel as many of your subscriptions as you can, and withdraw your money. They cannot function without us pumping our commercial energy into this economy. We can bring it down. Now, we'll take a longer, sustained rejection to do that, but that's the only leverage we have. So if this RV or something like it has not happened, when I wake up on Friday morning, I'm not spending another dime. Not for days, not for weeks, and certainly not on Christmas or Christmas presents or anything other than the basics that I need to sustain myself. I'm pretty broke anyway, the way things are going. So, Barkley bills. So, other than that, I'm not spending any money. And if we all did that, I think suddenly you would find movement pretty quick. So, let's do our best to throw a monkey wrench a spanner into the works. Let's do it. That's the only leverage we have. All right, let's get to some questions. Then we'll get out of here. First of all, Lisa Western, thank you. $50 for taking care of Barkley. Jen gets half of it, but that's okay. We love Jen anyway, too. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that very, very much. And that's really nice of you. And it will go to Barkley. In fact, if you want me to publish the bills, I will. How you doing today? Well, you got an earful. And again, if I'm a little harsh, I'm pissed off and I'm on steroids. My last day of steroids. So, I think I filled you in on Barkley. Heather Beach, good afternoon from the Rumble side of things. Sending love to Barkley. I know Jen's not here to hear this, but I enjoyed her RV dream. Oh yeah, that was I think last Wednesday. I understand that Trump is considering announcing the ET. That's the rumor. But if it's because of that stupid Age of Disclosure documentary, God, that was awful. Yuck. I've given you a short review. I'm going to give you a longer video review, which I'm going to broadcast to Rumble and YouTube a little later. So, Ron, thank you, prayers for Barkley, and Ron, thanks for all the suggestions and stuff, and we're going to try to beat if it's autoimmune. We're going to try to beat it with the Fenben and the ivermectin and the patches and the mushrooms. Are going to throw everything at it. And there are people that say that they've had dogs recover some eyesight. So, and he has a little bit. Like yesterday, I was walking him. He walked up and he got really close to a car, and then he saw it and he stopped and changed direction. So he can see just a little bit. But the poor little guy is having a hard time adapting. He's not barking really much. He's not active. He's not excited about much of anything. He's probably trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So, I did not ban Marcia Frame. And I whoever did that, if you could bring her back, that'd be okay. I didn't intend to do that, but I didn't appreciate her attitude. Yeah, LifeWave patches. Yep. I'm doing that too. And then there's Dr. Sally. There's a holistic vet. I'm going to get the full test results today over to Diana at Mike Bara Pets. And she's going to talk to the holistic vet. We're going to see what's going on. Thank you again, Sarah. I'm really sorry to hear about your dog. You do what you do, and you can do, and that's all you can do. And look, he's at the end of his lifespan. So, and he's had no real health issues up to now. Yeah, you can get Fenben at Valley. Thank you for all the help. Ivermectin will kill those blood parasites too. So there was somebody in the chat, and I'm sorry, I forget who it was, that's going to send me a Fenben dewormer, and then we're going to try an ivermectin dewormer. And I've got ivermectin in the liquid form, but Jen's had some success with that. But it's very complicated. Robbie Liver Works Wonders. I think we already had that up there. And yeah, they can adapt, but it's not good. There's no difference between human and animal med beds. Yeah, but where are they? It's almost Thanksgiving. Where are they? And believe me, I know enough about what's going on behind the scenes to know that financially, every single thing is ready. It's been ready for months. And somebody's holding it up. Yeah, I love you too, Missy. Thank you. Well, we haven't made a decision yet, but he's got reasonably good energy. So, but the question is, what's causing the low platelet count, and what's causing the high liver enzymes, and can we treat those? So, ischemic dermatherapy dogs. My dog had an immune issue. It took 7 tests to discover what it was. We had been going another 5 years with meds. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. Yeah. 18 years old that's an older animal. So I want to run a med bed facility just for dogs, Lisa. That'd be wonderful. So yeah, Paula, we all go through it. If we have pets, we all go through it. So Primetime Gal, our favorite Robin, sending love and healing. Thank you. And an Aussie cattle shepherd, Zoe, best dogs ever. They're pretty active and everything. Red light therapy mats, possible. Also expensive. Yeah, Barkley's been on the show a lot. barking. So, uh, yeah. Well, you know what, Boss Hugo, you're a fag. So fuck you, you fag. Uh, well, I've been in this about 15 years, so should have been done a long time ago. And I'm tired of people making, oh, they're trying to make sure everything's right. Bullshit. There's no right time to have a baby, but you have babies anyway. Uh, yeah. Corrupt judges. Corrupt judges that Trump won't shoot in the head. That's the problem. Yeah, ISO 20222 was not implemented for actual trades. So I thought bondholders had to be completed before 4B could buy. That's what a lot of people think. I don't know that that's true, but that's what a lot of people think. Said Doge is still operating behind the scenes. Well, when's somebody going to be prosecuted, Marvin? There are people who were using those illegal credit card accounts to buy their own stuff, personal use. Why are not all of them arrested and being prosecuted? And again, yeah, you know, yeah. Oh, Taro. Oh, so who? Jenny Constantine, Trader Park Trudy says James Comey is gone. Oh, yeah, that's reliable. Yes, I saw Age of Disclosure. It was terrible, absolutely terrible, and I'm going to have a review of it later today. I'm going to do a live stream like this where I talk about it. Military is the only way, absolutely. What's wrong with people? We're tired of this. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of Donald Trump not keeping his campaign promises. I don't want a deal with the fucking United Arab Emirates. I don't give a shit. And could I say it again? I hate Cox Cable. Cox Cable, I fucking hate you. It's a military operation. Great. When are they going to get around to it? When are they going to get around to actually doing something? I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder. All successful economies are built from the ground up, not the top down. Yet the Trump people seem to think that the way to do it is from the top down. So do the Dragon families. Maybe they don't know what they're doing either. Well, it's 3 days. Well, normally I go with queer bait, but I was going to call that guy fag. I don't know. I don't want to get him on 14 different things. I don't want to get them on 14 different things. I want to take it systematically. I know the patches and the CBD and the medications will not hurt him. The medications he's only going to be on for a week. So we should see some significant improvement in the week. And I'm tired of hearing it's part of the movie excuse. I'm with you on that. Another thing that is cheap to get is the red light and setup from the farm store. I've seen an increase in health benefits for my old dog. Okay, also if I can get Barkley to sit on it. Prosecution takes time. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why we should just go under martial law and have the military come in and take all these people out. Yes. Yes, it's just a myth. I have not noticed military helicopters flying in Vegas. Fulford's batshit crazy, but the problem is it's the 20% of what he tells you that's true that you got to sort out. Okay, which is 20%. Yeah, maybe, or maybe it just Cox Cable just sucks. Yeah, Randy, I can't disagree with you. Do I still think that 12/1 is a significant day of the introduction of the RV mechanism be released in Iraq? No, I don't think that. Yeah. Raul Garza, $49.90 super sticker. Thank you, Jen, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Jen, and I appreciate that. Okay, so guys, that's really what we got. I don't have a lot of new information. Cass 348 for $5 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Cass. I've been in your situation, really tough. Wish I could help more. You know, the fact that you gave $5 is extremely helpful. So, thanks very much over there on the Rumble side of the house. Okay, guys, that's what I got. Not a lot, but things shift very quickly. So I will probably be back. I might be back for a news update tomorrow morning. I don't know for sure. Right now, I have the football show at 11 Pacific, and then I have Toxically Masculine Tuesday. If I have any updates, I will bring them on one of those two shows, probably TMT, and then I'll be back Wednesday for another news update right before Thanksgiving. But, you know, again, with the boycott thing, I'm just spitballing here, but I feel like they have to be afraid of us. They have to think that we're not going to show up at the polls and we're not going to spend what little money we have if they don't get off their asses and do something. And that doing something could be the RV. It could be the bonds being released, tier 3, tier 4. It could be gold and silver skyrocketing. It could be XRP allowed to go to the moon. It could be mass arrests of traitors. Take your pick. But it's time to do something. So, NEK, everyone's so fed up. Yep. And they are just excuses. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for showing up. I don't mean to be negative, but I'm pissed off and I'm on steroids. So let me cut me a little slack. And yeah, I'll be back probably a little bit later today. Going to do a live review, just sort of a quick chit chat, 20 minutes on all these channels of Age of Disclosure. So wish I had more positive things to say about that, but I don't. So love you guys. Thanks for being here. I see Dr. Sarah is still here. Sarah, maybe you give me a pep talk. Okay, I need a pep talk. Jen's not here to do it. So. All right. Love you guys. And I'll see you later today with the Age of Disclosure review. Hang in there as best you can. All right. That's what I'm doing.